So, up through college, I attended, I think it's called Campus Crusades. There might be another word in there, but I don't remember. It's called Crew. And basically just like youth group for college kids. There was a meeting every Wednesday, maybe. We had a sermon and sang songs and played some games sometimes. It was really fun. I made a lot of good friends. It came to the point that there was this one guy that just randomly showed up one day claiming to be a prophet of God. And I was like, doesn't the Bible say that, like, prophets are done? We don't need them anymore because the Bible's finished? So I was really curious about it, which probably was a bad idea. But, so we had this second meeting after Crew, which I don't remember what it was called, but it's basically just worship. A little bit more intense than the other one. So this guy said that he would come and basically show us scripture proving how he was a prophet and how it was still something that was happening today, basically. And I was like, yeah, I'll listen to that. So I stayed after the one day, and another long story. I'll try to make it short. He ended up being one of those, I guess we'll call it like Pentecostal kind of preachers. He explained everything, and then without asking, pretty much, I don't know if he locked the doors or they were just shut and whatever, but this group of us that stayed were pretty much stuck in there for the rest of the night. And he started praying over people, and people were falling all over the place and feeling the Spirit of God in them, and I was like bawling the whole time because I was like, this is not right, this is not God. I pretty much was the only one in the room that fought against this guy to like, don't. He told me a lot about what had just happened in my life that was very traumatic. Like, he knew about it, and I was very disturbed by that because it was, my personal experience. I didn't want anybody to know about, except for the people that already did, but we didn't talk about it. So that was very disturbing and made me cry even more. And then he was making everybody try to speak in tongues to worship the angels or something. I don't know. And I was like, I'm not doing this. I don't want to do this. Why are we here? My one friend was literally convulsing on the floor, and everybody was okay with it. There was some lady fucking videotaping this whole experience without anybody's permission. And then anyway, so they got this group of people all in a circle around me because I refused to do this. And they were all holding hands in a big circle around me, and they were all speaking gibberish and yelling and just that kind of stuff. And they were just all directing their energy towards me to try to get me to do this. I'm just thinking like, not really okay with this. Still crying. Fast forward, at the end, he lets us go, essentially, and then asks for fucking money to, spread his message. Yeah, I didn't donate, but the thing that really got to me was that I could feel an energy presence, pushing against me that I had never experienced before, and to me it was very wrong. I don't want to say he was evil, because I don't really know if I believe in, well, I do believe in evil, but different, just semantics. It was just wrong, because I didn't ask for it. I didn't say this is okay. So, that was one thing that really threw me off in my faith. Because I'd never been told about it, or how to, I guess, protect myself from something like that. And, too, him knowing about what had happened to me, that was definitely not something, I think my phone might fall, that I was okay with. And, oh yeah, the last thing was that this meeting ended at like 9 p.m., 9 or 10. We didn't get out of there until 4 a.m., and I have no idea how that happened, because it felt like it was maybe an hour-long experience. So that really freaked me out, because I lost time. And I've lost time before. Long story, I'm pretty sure it was fairies. But, it was different, and it felt wrong. So, for the first couple weeks after that, I really was reading the Bible more and trying to, I guess, justify my response, because this guy was literally harassing me, calling me, and all my friends in that group were calling me, trying to get me to convert, basically. Like, he told me that my whole upbringing was basically shit, and that it was wrong. I wasn't really okay with that, so I went to the Bible and I said, look, here are the verses that say what you're doing is wrong, and I'm not going to be a part of it. So for a while, I think I felt stronger in my faith, but just like after the next couple years, I lost a lot of my friends from there. I stopped going to crew because he kept showing up. Eventually he was banned. Everything's okay now. He's not allowed on campus, but it was just all really disturbing to me that there was actually, I guess, negative forces, because to me, growing up, Satan and the devil and hell was pretty much just to scare me into being good. I wasn't really afraid of any of those things. Despite the experiences I had, I didn't really think it had anything to do with Satan. But anyway. So I spent a good, 2.5 years just being empty and void of pretty much anything. And I'm gonna say, this is not to say that I hate Christians. I don't think there's anything wrong with Christians or the faith themselves. It was just a bad experience, and I was already having a bad experience before that, so it's nothing to do with the Bible or Christians. It just has to do with certain people that exist. Whatever. So I just felt really empty, and I think having a steady faith for 21 years was, I felt pretty lost without it. And and it was a time that I was going through a lot of shit that I just didn't want to deal with it. So, too long, didn't read. I was empty for a long time and just felt I needed to start somewhere else. So I looked into Wicca, practiced. I practiced, dabbled with it for a little bit. Maybe like 4 months, maybe. Yeah, I liked it, but I didn't like the religious part, mostly because of everything else that had happened. So I just kind of said that's not for me. And a lot of that was from going on Tumblr and actually finding both communities and just seeing what I resonated better with. So personally, right now, I guess I would classify myself as eclectic cottage witch. Because this is my safe place. And it's the first time in a long time that I have a place of my own, sort of. So that's kind of what I'm focusing on right now, especially with my illness and just trying to feel better or just comfortable, basically. So that's that. I'm sorry that was so long. I don't know if I can edit this either, so we'll see what happens. Bye.